Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Buddy Seat. This is the show where I interview my coworkers as they work, and today we're talking to Keith Thompson. Let's get into it.
Hop over a little bit. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, Keith. So what's your job and what all do you do?
I am a corn production tech here at Total Seed. I have several roles. Right now, I am a machine lead for our detasselers. So I walk in fields just trying to determine when the timing is of when field needs cut versus needing pulled as well. Then I also, in the springtime, I spike our Melrose and flame them to take care of all of our Mel's. And in the fall, I run the sheller during harvest. And in the winter, I am in charge of the bulk transfer. So all of our finished seed that goes into the bulk bins, I transfer to our seed house to be condition treated and bagged.
Okay, so with all the roles, like do you have a favorite thing to do, a favorite time of year?
This is my favorite time of year. I like the fast pace of things changing on a fly, and just being able to walk out here and see the fields and how the corn grows.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a beautiful time of year to be out in the sunshine. I gotta agree.
Yes.
So then today, what exactly all are you doing?
Today I'm walking several fields. This is kind of getting into the heart of detasseling season, where everything's picking up, corn's growing after a nice rain and some nice warm days. So yeah, today I'm walking fields and I've set a machine. So right now I'm trying to determine on whether we pull this field today or tomorrow, depending on the time. Just trying to make sure that these tassels that we cut aren't going to shed, and making sure we don't have silk out. So if they do shed, we're not self-pollinating these plants.
So what do you look for at this point to say, like, okay, it's ready to pull?
So when we cut the plant, you can see right here on the leaf where we cut it. So we're looking for an extension on there. So when we run our wheel puller through, we're getting, a good high quality percentage of these tassels pulled. And we want that machine to come along and just pull that tassel out without pulling these leaves or, destroying them, what we call spine, where it'll pull the leaf, but it'll leave the spine there. That way, so when our field walkers who pull it, they're getting in and out of the fields, they're not having to spend all day pulling every single tassel. So I'm just kind of making sure these tassels, the puller will be able to grab them and get a high percentage. And then if we determine that, let's wait another day, we'll get a better pull, a higher percentage tomorrow. We got to make sure that these tassels below where we've cut them aren't going to shed, and there's no silk out on our female plants, so they self-pollinate.
Okay. See, I never knew exactly what you guys were looking for. I'm like, it's sticking up. We should probably pull it, right? But yeah, it makes sense. You want it kind of like well above everything, so
yes,
you're not destroying the rest of it.
So our challenge is we normally would cut a field, wait a day, then that following day come back and pull it. The challenge can be on, like this, for example, the smaller plant where you had taller plants next to it, so you got a good cut, you got good extension. But are we gonna pull these smaller plants? Do we need to give another day, because that will grow up right in that spot where that puller will grab them and pull them? So now that's kind of plays into the factor of determining, yeah, let's pull it, let's wait another day as well.
Okay, fair enough. So clearly you know a lot about this stuff, and you're trusted with a lot of jobs around here. I mean, throughout the year I see you at pretty much every part of the facility, it seems like. What actually got you into agriculture to begin with?
I grew up, my grandpa was a farmer, my father is a farmer, so I grew up, around commercial corn. I was more into livestock. I went down that route, and I thought, let's go back to, growing corn and beans and see if I like that. And then when I got into the seed corn industry, it's just, there's so much more to it than your standard commercial. And that just really piqued my interest, just trying to figure out what all goes into this. And it's been a very interesting journey so far.
Okay. So what would you say is like the biggest difference between like commercial corn and then what we do with seed?
Well, right here, the detasseling part.
Yeah.
So, you know, with commercial corn, since corn is asexual and it pollinates itself, you know, with commercial corn, you don't have to worry about this time of year. Whereas with seed corn, you know, we're wanting the pollen from what we call our male plant, but we don't want the pollen from our female. So, you know, the whole detasseling is the biggest difference by far when it comes to commercial corn and seed corn.
And then with all of your experience and history with agriculture, why do you think it's important for people to know about ag, recognize the contribution of ag? Why do you think it's important?
Just the fact that, I mean, you know, this corn plant can go into so many different things, from biodiesel fuel to, you know, corn meal, whatever it be. It's just, it's a very, very important resource for the world. And it's sad that there's less people in agriculture today than there was 10, 20 years ago. Yeah. Because this is something that needs to continue, especially, you know, right here in the heart of Indiana, where, you know, the resources grow so good. So I think that, you know, it's very, very important resource for the world, not just local, but, you know, for the world.
From here, Keith and I talked a bit more, and he actually asked me to fix the one spot where he misspoke, where he mentioned that corn was asexual. He forgot to say that they are not asexual. He misspoke, and he was worried and wanted me to make sure that I corrected it for him. So we just want to make sure that we get that out there. But Keith and I continue just to have a good little conversation on our way back out of the field, and I appreciate Keith for taking the time to talk to me and to share a little bit about himself and what he does here and his history and knowledge of agriculture. So Keith, thank you so much for taking the time to let me interview with you, and thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want more content like this, you can go follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And if you want even more content from us, you can go subscribe to our monthly Total Focus newsletter. All that's down in the description. So thank you guys again for watching. Thank you again, Keith, for taking some time out of your day to talk to me. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now.